Viral Chawda of KPMG is here at DefenseTalks as part of our video spotlight series. Viral, welcome. It's great to see you. As the Joint Force is moving toward JADC2, what is going to get the data from point to point that the department needs in order to really implement the full vision that they have for that program?
Yeah, I think in order to get to the vision of the program, what they are looking for is, in my opinion, better and faster decision, right? And in order to get to better, faster decision, you need insights. Insights that's timely and accurate. And to get to insights, you need access to the right data, which is reliable, relevant, accurate, complete, so on and so forth. So despite the fact that the department has oceans of data, there is no shortage of data, but still to get to the right data, to the right folks for decision making is a huge challenge. So we have to shift that mindset. And what I mean by that is if we look at the information supply chain today, business comes with the need to get an insight. They go to their IT department gets the sources identified, makes a request to get access to the sources. They pull the data out, transform it, clean it, and after many months provide that data to the business. And then they move on to the next project, and so on and so forth. So after a while, what you have is tons of siloed data store and multiple channels of accessing similar or likely similar information. And so you end up getting incorrect or untimely information floating around everywhere. And so you lose the perspective of having a single version of the truth. So that's where we need the change in that mindset. And the mindset, I would say, is, currently the departments look at IT as the engineering service provider versus the IT needs to look at themselves more like a consumer product company. And what I mean by that is a consumer product company is laser focused on their customer, on the product or the service they provide, which is centered around how the customer is going to use it. What is it that they need? And can I provide them or anticipate the need and provide them the holistic view? Similarly, IT need to think of themselves like a consumer product provider and think of data as the product. Data as the product, insight as the product. So instead of listing, host of services that they provide, they should start listing, carefully crafting the insights or data in a catalog by researching their customer base and then keeping, the user-centered sort of thinking or design in mind so that they can easily access it. They understand what they're getting into, when to pull out which component of the data. I'll give you a quick example. I was recently doing a project at one of the DoD agencies, and within one sub-process of their value chain, I found that there are 15 different date fields. When you have 15 date fields in one sub-process, you can only imagine what kind of inconsistencies would you see in the information gathering. So that's the mind shift that I think is much needed to think of their data as a product. And if you do that, you're going to ultimately envision the needs around your customer and provide them at the right time, the right place, so that you reduce all the redundancy and inefficiency. That will help you get to the right insights very quickly.
In an environment like that, where there are 15 different date fields in a particular use case, everybody knows the complexity of the department. How does one person, one organization, or the entire department move in a more innovative, more nimble way when it's so big and so complex like that?
Yeah, no, that's a very important point. So when I think about the most innovative or nimble organizations, right, they have something unique across broad categories of people, process, their use of technology, and more importantly, the culture. The culture is more culture centers around openness, and their leaders, particularly executives, model the behavior of risk taking. They are not afraid of failure. they in fact support experimentation. So that is key. Secondly, from people perspective, they blend in the best of both sides, meaning the in-house resource who have been there for many, many years, those who understand their domain very well, those who have the depth of the functional insights, they blend them with the digital natives. They blend them with the most hot in demand skill sets like data science or engineering or cyber, pair them up to innovate faster. Third, no innovation today is without the use of technology. Either it's technology-led or technology-enabled. And in order to be successful there, we have to embrace the modern software development principles, which centers around product thinking, which centers around user-centered design, the use of or accelerating the use of DevSecOps, and finally, a loosely coupled architecture, which we call microservices. So those are the core principles that once embraced fully, we can make the decision-making nimble, expedite that, and that will drive innovation ground up.
Viral, it's great to see you again. Thanks very much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.